because this is the most important day of your life. That's what this country is about, and what we are about in this country is this. I mean, look at this picture right here of Kimberly. I mean, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. In order to what I like to say, what I like to refer to as to breathe the fresh air of liberty, this poor child is, I mean, whatever happened, just like this thing says, my body, my choice, right? My body, my choice. You know where that came from? That came from it was pushed out of the women's movement in this country. I'd like all the women to stand up. There's a bunch of them stand up here. All women, stand up in here. All the women. I mean, look at this. If you can see what I can see, look at all the women in here. And I'm going to tell you something. To me, it's about a whole bunch of things. It's about our faith. It's about our families. It's about the friends that we have. It's about treating each other with dignity and respect. It's about making sure that we have a standard of living that we want. I mean, what that gentleman, when Michael just stood up here and said, I mean, he's right. He got off his dead rear end. He's working hard. He's doing all the things he can do in his town. And he said, you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, and I'm going to get involved. Instead of getting tired of it and backing out, he got tired of it and he backed in. He pulled in. And he said, hey, I'm going to fight for my town, my parish, my community, my county, my state, my country. That's what this is about. We are facing a transition point in this country like we have never seen in our lives. We've never seen it in our lives. If we do anything as people, when you leave here, because there's not just people from Oklahoma here, there's people from all over the country. That's right. There are people from all over the world here tonight, and all the live streaming, all the podcasts, all the media that's out there. If there's one thing that I don't worry about, I don't worry about the Democrats anymore. I don't worry about the left with a capital L. I do not worry about them. And the reason why I don't worry about them, because I know their game plan. I've been to countries that have had socialism or communism. I know what that is like. And it's not something that we want, but it is a transition point that we are heading toward. We are pivoting. Our nation is pivoting. This is an unprecedented time. It is not like 1776. 1776, it was one nation that we were facing. It was tyranny. It was a monarch, and the founders got sick of it. At this point in time, we have had both foreign adversaries and domestic enemies against us. And we do have them. We do have them in our midst. So what I'm telling everybody today, my message to you when you leave here today, my call to action is you have to get involved. I mean, God loved this man, Michael, who just stood up here. And it's not just him. 24 hours ago, I sat down with a man in Florida who, in their school committee, their county continued to force, even though the governor was saying no mask mandate, the school committee continued to force a mask mandate. I mean, look at the results. This beautiful child. And so what did they do? They didn't send one person or two people to go represent the town, to go into the school committee or the school board. They sent 3,000 citizens. We don't have 10 million or 80 million. We have hundreds of millions of Christians around this country and hundreds of Christians around the world. And I always tell people that freedom is something that we breathe. Freedom is something that we live. Freedom is something that we take for granted. In order to do the kinds of things that we do, in order to live the life that we live, I mean, the liberties that we have, we are a nation built on individual liberties. Individual liberties, individual rights. That's what the Bill of Rights is about. There's a reason why there was 10 in the Bill of Rights. Just like the principles that are in the Bill of Rights, the 10 commandments that we have are the principles of the foundation of the Bible. And the Bible provides us with the fulfillment, just like our Constitution provides us with the fulfillment of who we are as a nation, who we are as a people. And unless we get our act together, unless this group, because I'm preaching to the choir, I am preaching to the choir. You're here because you are engaged. You know what we need in this country. So you have to go back out, and you have to tell your mothers and your fathers, your aunts, your uncles, your friends, your community leaders. When people go, I'm sick of those people in Washington, D.C. I'm sick of the politics. I'm sick of the church or whatever the church is doing or not doing. Well, stop that, because it is our problem. If somebody's in politics, we put them there. So stop putting them there. Get involved in your community. If you're tired of something, if you are tired of something and you're tired of whatever it is, whatever the griping that you're doing, it's like I like to say, we have to quit sitting around and talking, and now is the time to stand and do. And we have to do. One other thing that I really, and I mean this, and I wish I could give a big hug to everybody in this room and to the people of this country. My family and I went through just incredible. I mean, I'm not one of these preachy people, but I came to believe in what's called Psalm 23. You know, when you're in that shadow, right? Everybody knows that valley. And you're by yourself, and thank God that I have the wife that I have. When you're in that valley and you are all alone, and you're thinking, man, this is not going too well. Things are tough, and you're being persecuted, and you know you're being persecuted, because I'm going to talk about faith in our institutions here in a second. Faith in our institutions that we no longer have. So I'm in that valley. I'm in that very, very difficult valley. And during that time, we could have quit. We could have said, okay. And we knew what was about to happen. The persecution was occurring. It's amazing the incentive system that is in our Department of Just Us. It's not justice, it's just us. And it's just them. So what I'm here to tell you is that in our nation, the people of America, because so many people have come to me in the last 24 hours since I've been here and have said, we prayed for you. And I'm going to tell you, so I would tell you from the bottom of my heart, from every member of my family, we want to just say that first, that prayer is the most powerful weapon system known to man. And prayer, that's right. And prayer gives a voice to the voiceless. Prayer gives a voice to the voiceless. All these people around this country, all these people that are around this country, there's a lot of people out there that have lost hope. What hope is something that you hope for in the future. That you hope that something is going to happen. You hope that this is going to happen. You hope that that's going to happen. But what we need to fall back on is faith. Faith is something that is the here and now. Faith is what I am going to do right now. I am standing up here because of my faith in you, my faith in the American people. When we say we the people, that means something. When we hear or we read that we are a nation created by a higher being, by a creator. In fact, the word creator is in our Constitution. It's in our Declaration of Independence. So we have to understand what it is that we are about. You have a responsibility. You have a task. You have to go back to your communities and you have to get involved. This transition point is a divergence, meaning we are splitting apart. We are moving on one of two paths. And the path that I want to continue to move on is this beautiful experiment in democracy called the Constitutional Republic. That's what I want to do. But the point that we are at right now, we're looking one way and we're going, are we going to continue down that path? And I don't want you to question that. I want you to do something about it, because the other path is a path towards socialism and then communism. That's it. I mean, this is real. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not something that you're going to, a fake news. This is for real. We are facing an element in our country, a small element, well organized, well funded, and they've got power. They outsmarted us. They outmaneuvered us. Okay, they did. It doesn't mean that we didn't win that election, because we did. We won that election. That's right. So the people, and just speaking of Oklahoma, 77 counties in this state, 77 counties. And all 77 counties, I think it's the first time in the history of the country that all 77 in one state voted for the President of the United States, in this case, Donald J. Trump. All these politicians that are marching across stages like I'm marching across this stage right now, and that are starting to tout whether or not they're going to run for president in 2024, don't give them the time of day and don't give them a dime. We have a president. That's exactly right. Until Donald J. Trump says what he needs to say about the future, about where we're going as a nation and as a party, let's say as a Republican Party, although I could care less about the parties. I really could. I like to say, and as I've learned about the people of Oklahoma, and I've learned about the flyover countries, right? The flyover countries. The flyover countries are people who are generally conservative, generally Christian, and they have good God-given common sense, period. So everybody in here today and that will spend time here, thank you for being here. I know on behalf of Clay Clark and the people that organize something like this, is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is not about the church. This is about our faith. This is about our faith. This is about our faith in God. This is about our faith in each other. This is about our faith in our families. And this is about our faith in our country. That's why I am standing here today. I'm here today because I have faith. And the reason why I'm standing here is because I have faith in each one of you. When we say we the people, that's not just some crazy phrase. It's we the people. It's us. We're the ones that run this country, not Washington, D.C.